Becoming aware that you're stressed, I believe, is the first step. Sometimes I will kind of wake up in a moment and my shoulders are up, my brow is frowned, and I'm just feeling tense. And I don't even know it. Even sometimes my family members will notice that I'm tense. And they'll say something and I'm like, oh, wow, I just didn't even know I had gotten worked up. Hello, friends, and welcome to the Honeycast. Today I'm talking about women in menopause and dealing with stress and sleep. These are two things that contribute to unstable blood sugar, high cortisol levels, cravings and urges, usually in the afternoon, overindulgences of food, lack of restoration, and actually even weight gain. And it's when we are not dealing with our stress and we're not sleeping. And these are two things that are big in our life that sometimes can feel insurmountable, especially because you can't control your sleep. You can't control, all the outside factors that you've got going on with stress levels. But what we can do, that's what we want to focus on, is what we can control. So there's the what we can't control that we have to let go. If I hang on to it, I am a miserable person. But what can I do? So the things that we can do surrounding stress and sleep are going to be taking care of ourselves. We need to prioritize that. If you feel like you're at the bottom of the list of being taken care of, that is on you. That is up to you. And you can take yourself and put yourself up at the top of the list. It is a decision. And especially when we're in midlife, the stress and the lack of sleep are going to not allow us to feel good. Number one, it's not going to allow us to be our best selves. It's not going to allow us to repair and lose the weight if you're on a weight loss journey. These things are going to actually work against you if we're not dealing with them. So let's start talking about sleep. Sleep is very important for many, many reasons. I think we all know this, and especially for weight loss, especially for hormone regulation, especially cortisol, blood sugar, even our sex hormones. And if we are not sleeping, it is definitely going to affect your everyday life. And so first we want to have a nighttime routine. Having a routine teaches your body when it's time to start winding down. When all the lights are down and we don't have the blue light, our brain starts to go, oh, it's time to shut down and start making the chemicals that help us get tired and go to sleep. So if you're burning the candle late at night, you're probably getting that second wind. That's a cortisol spike. And that is not going to help you with hitting your health goals, weight loss goals, even sleep goals. It's better to go to sleep also before midnight. You get better sleep when you go to sleep earlier. So you might want to start backing up your bedtime, and or going to sleep at the same time and waking up at the same time is actually important to get your circadian rhythm healthy. That's what we want to do. So when we go to sleep, we're winding down. It's dark. We don't have bright lights. We don't have the blue light. When we wake up, first thing, guess what? We're looking for the sunlight. That tells our body, oh, wake up. It's time to wake up. Chemicals in your body. Let's wake up. Cortisol and other things. You're going to look at the light. So getting up at the same time-ish is going to be very helpful for that. Sleeping in a cool or cold room. You're going to sleep better when it's cooler. Making sure that you are sleeping in clothes that allow you to feel comfortable, and cotton is good if you're like me and you had some hot flashes. I'm changing clothes 3 times in the night, which is not fun. Making sure that you are giving your body the best things that you can give it to rest. So that would be eating your dinner and having 2 to 3 hours before you go to bed. If you eat right before bed, your body is going to be in digest mode. And it's actually going to go into fat storage mode because you're not moving. You're digesting and you're laying there, right? So we want to make sure that we're eating a couple hours before our bedtime. The other thing is, if you do wake up in the night like I do, you want to manage that nighttime waking. You can't always make yourself go back to sleep. But one thing that I do is I don't let my brain go off and start working and start worrying and thinking about everything which it wants to do. I have a meditation app that I use, and I put my headphones on. I listen to a sleep story or some type of sleep meditation. Normally that will calm me down enough so that I can go back to sleep. but getting up and staying up and getting busy is going to work against you. So you really just kind of have to find what works for you. Using sleep aids have been helpful for many people, like sleepy time tea or CBD, or if you aren't on magnesium, I believe every woman over 40 should be on magnesium. Magnesium is going to support your nervous system. Magnesium is going to support your brain. It's going to support your sleep. Another thing that's a game changer for sleep is progesterone. Every woman could benefit from progesterone, unless you've got a progesterone intolerance. Progesterone, that's our feel-good hormone. And this is really for women that are declining in their hormones. If you are young and your hormones are robust, you could talk to your doctor about that. But this is mainly for women whose hormones are declining. Progesterone has been a game changer. This is a funny story. I did not really think it was helping me that much. So I'm actually on a troche, which is what you put under your tongue, you let it dissolve, and I'm on about 400 milligrams of progesterone. That's a pretty high level, but my progesterone levels are good. So one night I forgot to take it. And so the next morning I was like, ooh, I really forgot to take my progesterone. And to keep my estrogen where it needs to be, I need to have that progesterone. If I skip one night, it messes me up. So I'm like, okay, I'll take this progesterone this morning. Oh my word. I took that progesterone within 30 minutes. I felt like I had 2 glasses of wine and I was floating around. I could not believe how relaxed I felt. I felt relaxed and I felt, just a little giddy. I was like, oh my gosh, this is going to be, I'm going to have to wait 4 hours before I can get back in productivity mode. So it was just very interesting because I didn't think it was helping until I took it at the wrong time. So progesterone can be very helpful. There's other helps as well. There's melatonin, there's GABA, there's L-theanine, there's many different sleep supplements. I probably spent hundreds of dollars on sleep supplements, and I do believe there's a place for those. But I would say this, get your routine down and then pick one thing to start with. Maybe pick magnesium. After you use that and maybe you're still not sleeping, maybe try melatonin. Maybe start with 5 milligrams. Try that for 2 or 3 weeks. If that's not working, you may want to try a blend. I've tried a blend that had valerian root and GABA and a little melatonin. All those things can help, and it's going to be very individual to each person. So I would say keep working on it. Put those parameters in place with your sleep routine, and hopefully you'll begin training your body to sleep better. So the other thing with sleep is when you exercise, you actually invest in your sleep. So we want to make sure we're getting our steps in. We want to make sure we're moving our body. It's so easy to get sedentary, isn't it? I mean, even like today, I'm recording a bunch of podcasts. I've been sitting on my couch for hours. Now I'll get up and go walk around the house, but it's easy to just stay not in motion, right? So you want to exercise, and it's best not to exercise in the end of the day or the evening. It doesn't help with your cortisol levels. If you can, try to exercise at the beginning of the day or midday, or if anything, maybe afternoon. We want to back that exercise up. So that's going to help you with your sleep. That's also going to help you with your stress. Now let's talk about stress for a minute. Becoming aware that you're stressed, I believe, is the first step. Sometimes I will kind of wake up in a moment and my shoulders are up, my brow is frowned, and I'm just feeling tense. And I don't even know it. Even sometimes my family members will notice that I'm tense and they'll say something and I'm like, oh, wow, I just didn't even know I had gotten worked up. So it's becoming aware of your stress level and checking in with yourself every couple hours. Hey, how's your stress? How you doing? What do we need to do? So checking in with yourself, becoming aware, getting some stress relieving items in your tool belt. What is going to help you de-stress? I'm going to share some of mine, but becoming aware and then doing something about it is important. We are in charge of our stress. We can control it, actually. We can do that with our breathing. We can do something called box breathing that actually helps shift you into that parasympathetic nervous system. It helps calm you down. 10 box breaths, 4 count in, 4 count hold, 4 count out, 4 count hold. And you do that 10 times. It is a wonderful tool. Another tool for me is walking. I go for a walk. If I get stressed, if I get upset, I go for a walk, even if it's a 10-minute walk. And if I can't walk outside, I have a walking pad that I bought that I can go under my desk. It does not elevate. It does not go fast. I do not need it to. I just need to walk. So I will get on that for maybe 10 minutes at a time, and I will walk. The other thing that I will do is I will lay down and listen to a meditation. That has been very helpful, very restful. I have special meditations that help me when I feel stressed or when I feel worried or when I'm anxious, and that a lot of times will help as well. For me, journaling is very helpful. I can just put on some instrumental music, some praise music, and I can journal and just sort of process some stress. Another thing is yoga. Yoga has been very helpful for me. And it's more of a just moving my body and breathing and staying in the moment and letting go. And when I'm doing yoga, I'm letting go and I'm moving my body while I'm letting go. So those are some ways that help with stress. There's also some supplements that you can use to help with adrenal support that can help with stress. B vitamins are so important. B vitamins are your stress vitamins. They are going to help you with your stress levels, as is magnesium. So let's make sure that we're getting nourishment. Nourishing food actually helps our body with stress. So you have to decide for you, what do you need to do for your sleep? What do you need to do for stress? But my encouragement is these two lifestyle factors are very important for your overall health, for your mental health, your emotional health, your physical health, if you're in weight loss mode, for weight loss. And these are tools that we really need to practice and implement and put in our everyday life. It's so easy just to find yourself in that stressed out place and then not do anything about it. And then that causes a lot of issues in it and of itself. So I'd love for you to take this information and start with a couple things that you feel like you can do to help you sleep better, that you can do to help your stress levels. Most midlife women don't struggle because they're lazy or unmotivated. They're just missing the right framework. Here's what works. Eating to support your hormones and finally turning on fat burning. Smart movement like whole body vibration play and strength training. Tackling stress and sleep for a total reset. The 90-day Midlife Reset Challenge is launching in January, and I will walk you through all 3 pillars step by step. See you there.